Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is how to use the functions called day of month and day of year. So first we'll see when we need to use day of the month. So day of the month, so whenever you required to print in the form of numbers, integer values. So it returns day of the month in between 1 to 31. Suppose if your date falls on first day of the month, then it will print 1. If it is date falls on month end, then it will print 31. If your day falls on 10th of the month, then it will print 10. So next day of year. So it returns day number in year values. So that means it will print between 1 to 365 or 366 based on leap year. So the Spark considers only leap year. So it automatically considers leap year. So if your date falls on first day of the year, then it will print 1. Suppose if your day falls on March 30, then it will print 88. And if your day falls on end of the year, then it will print either 365 or 366. So now we'll see with some examples how it will print these numbers. So before that, I'm importing required functions. So mainly day of week, day of the month, day of year, and to print full name of the day, I'm importing date underscore format. And to print current date, I'm using current underscore date. And for filtering the dates, I'm importing when condition here. So first I'm creating one sample data frame here. So this is my data. It has two columns, that is the date and sales. So date values I'm passing here as string values, and these sales values are integer. So first I'm creating data frame by using spark.create data frame, and here I'm passing data here. Here I'm passing all these values as data, and these columns I'm passing as columns here. So if I create a data frame by using this line of code, then my data frame will create with these two columns, but this date column with string data type. So to convert string to date data type, here I'm using with column method, and I'm selecting date. So that means I want to overwrite to the same column. So here I'm writing call of date, and I'm using dot cached method here, and here I'm providing date. So that means by using cached method, I'm converting string data type to date data type. And similar way, the sales column I'm converting to integer type by using with column call of sales. That means this column dot cached integer. So why I'm converting here is sometimes Spark considers these numbers as long data type. So for that reason, I'm converting initial as integer data type. Now, if you observe here, date as data type, sales column as integer data type. So now what I'm doing, so I'm doing some basic example here, means basic operations on top of sample data frame. Here what I'm doing, I'm creating one new column here. So this is my initial sample data frame. On top of that, I'm adding one more column, that is day underscore name. That is this one by using with column. So here what I'm creating here is by using date underscore format, I'm trying to print here full name of the day. That means if Sunday means Sunday, Monday means Monday, full name it will print here. So the syntax is like date underscore format, and inside that we need to pass the column name. So that is this column name, and we need to pass the format. Since I passed 4 is here, it will print full name of the day. So if I see this line of code, what will happen? It will add one column here with full name of the days. So this particular day, it falls on Sunday. If you see here 2023, 2023 April 2nd. So 2023 April 2nd. So it falls on Tuesday, April, March, April 2nd, 2023. 2023 April 2nd. 2023 April 2nd. So April 2nd falls on Sunday. So like this, you can cross-verify the day names. So 2023 4/2, it falls on Sunday. So this particular date falls on Saturday. This one falls on Saturday. This one Monday. So like this. So it will print for each date value, it will print relevant day names here by using date underscore format. Next, what I'm doing, I'm adding one more column, that is day of week. The syntax is like day of week, and I'm providing column name here. So this particular function, I already created one video on how to use day of the week. So here you will get full information on how to use day of the week. So here syntax is day of week, and inside that we need to provide the expression. So the expression is column of either of the data type. That means either date or timestamp data type. And what it returns is, it returns the integer value starting from 1 to 7 by considering Sunday as the start of the week and Saturday as end of the week. So if that particular date falls on Sunday, then it print 1. If that particular date falls on Saturday, then it print 7. So by considering this table, see this particular date, it falls on Sunday. So that means it will print 1, that is start of the week. And this particular date falls on Saturday. So Saturday means end of the week. So it prints 7. So this date falls on Saturday, and Saturday is end of the week. And this particular date falls on Monday. So Monday is second day of the week. Again, this Sunday, first day. Tuesday, it is third day of the week. Thursday, fifth day of the week. Okay, and Saturday again, 7. Sunday, it is first day. So like this, it will print the numbers if you use a day of the week. Now, our main intention here in this video is day of the month and day of the year. So that the syntax for day of the month is day of the month, and inside that we need to provide the column name. And for similar way, day of the year, we need to provide the column name here. So here I'm using two with columns. So first with column is day of the month, that is this one. And second with column is day of year, that is this column. So two columns I'm adding here. One is for day of the month, one is for day of the year. So day of the month, how it will print is, if you see these dates, so this is year, month, day. So this particular day, 02, it will print here. And if you see in this day, this is 8th day of the month, it will print 8. This particular day, it falls 15th, day 15th, so it will print 15th. This particular date falls on 17th day, it will print 7, and so on. So you can consider that these all days, whatever days here, it will print same here. And similar way, day of the year. So day of the year, suppose if you take this one, 2023 4/2. So 2023 January total 31 days and February 28. So 39, 59, 59 plus 31, 60, 90 days, 90 days and April 2nd, 90 days, 92. So if you add the days, so here 31 days, here 28, here 31 and here 2 days. That means our first date. So if you add all the days, so the day of the year falls on 92. And similar way for this particular day, so here difference is 6 days. If you calculate similar way like this, so it will come 98 days. Similar way for 50. So for this particular value, you add 7 days. So 105. Okay, and similar way, this particular day, this particular day, here difference is 2 days. So here 105 is there, this is 107. So that means 107th day of the year. And similar way 21. So this is May month. So similar way if you calculate, it will come 141 day of the year. And similar way if you calculate, this is 10th month and this falls on 299th day. And here 2 days difference, so 301, and here 1 day difference 302. Maybe you can add here some more dates for easy understanding, like for 2023 you can add start of the month. Maybe here you can add like 2023 1 1. So that means starting of the year, and here end of the year. So you will get some better idea here. 2 and 30. So we'll see 12 or 30. If you see here 2023 December falls on 31st. 31st is the last day. So here I will mention 31st. So if I try to rerun this one, this particular cell, and before that I'll try to run these functions, and here I missed comma here, and I will rerun this one again. So my data frame now updated with 2 more days starting and ending. And if I update on top of this one, here also it will add 2 more days. If you see this one here, 2023 January 1st. So that is day of the week first, day of the month is first, and day of the year is first. At the similar way, 2023 December 31st, day of the week is first, and day of the month is, so day of the month it will pick from here 31, and day of the year is 365. So this 365, it depends on whether February comes 28 or 29. If it is leap year, then we'll get 366. Okay, so like this it will print day of the month and day of the year. So in this example, what I did, I created one sample data frame. So I given some custom dates, and on top of that, I printed day of the month and day of the year. Now in second scenario, what I'm doing here, I'm using current date. So that means for today date, I want to find out today date falls on which day and which week, day of the week, day of the month, and day of the year. So this I ran notebook some 2 days back. If I try to rerun this one, it will print latest to today. So today is 2026 3/8 and today is Sunday. And so this one date format current date. So here what I did is spark dot range one. So spark dot range one means initially it will print one column. So Spark itself by default will create this ID name also by default given by Spark, and my target is only I want to get one row. So that's why given here one. And on top of that, I'm adding one more column. So that means for this line of code, it will generate only this one column ID 0. And next what I'm doing, I'm adding one more column. The column name is today, that is this one. So here I provided current date. So current date means today's date it will print. That is adding first column. Next here I'm adding one more column, that is day underscore name. That is this one. So here what I'm doing, date underscore format, and inside that current date I'm giving format as 4 years. That means for today date, the day falls on Sunday. That means today is Sunday. That is a day name. So next I'm adding one more column, that is a day of the week. That is this one. So for this syntax is day of week, and inside that we need to provide the column name. That is this one. This column I'm providing. So based on this date, it giving the day of the week. Day of the week. So it coming 1. So how it coming 1? Since Sunday Spark considers Sunday as default starting of the week. That means day of week 1 as 1. So this is depends on this one, this table. So next day of the month. I'm adding one more column, that is this one, day of month. So here I'm using syntax day of month, and inside that I'm providing column name, that is today column. So for this particular date, it extracting day of the month. So in this, what is the day of the month? 8. So that 8 is printing here. And I'm adding one more column, that is day of year, that is this one. And syntax is day of year, and inside that I'm providing column name, that is today. So that is for this particular day, it will print the day of the year. Suppose if you see 2026 March 8th, so 2026 March 8th. So today is 8th. If you see here total year January month 31, 31 plus 28, 39, 59, and 59 plus 8, 59 plus 8, 59 plus 8, 67. So the day of the year is 69. Okay, so next scenario is I want to filter these, I want to filter, suppose this data frame. I want to filter this data frame based on how I want to filter is based on day of week. Day of week, by using easing, I want to print only 1 and 7. That means I want to print only Sunday and Saturday. Okay, Sunday and Saturday. So my input column is this one. That means in my input table is this one. That is this one. If you see here, I'm filtering on this column, day of week. And if you observe here, I have different numbers here. One is there, 7, 2, 3, 5, 7, 1 is there. But in this, I want to filter only Sunday and Saturday. So that is 1 and 7. So here these 4 rows, this is 5, and these 2, these 3. Okay, so here 3, 4, 6, 8. So these 8 rows I want to filter it out. So how I'm filtering is So I want to get only weekend records. So weekend records means Sunday and Saturday. So Spark considers Sunday as starting of the week, that is 1, and Saturday is end of the week, that is 7. So based on this, what I'm doing, this is my first sample data frame. I'm using filter here, and inside that, based on day of the week. So here I'm providing day of week, and I'm providing column name. So that is this one, column name. And here I'm using dot isin. So is in is similar like in SQL in condition is, that is equivalent to this one. So what it does is in. So in this particular column, it will check only 1 and 7. Okay, so what will happen? So finally it will print only these only 1 and 7s. Only these 6 rows it printing. But actually how many rows we have here? So we have total 11 rows. In out of 11 rows, we will get only 6 rows. So here 2, 4, 2, 4, 5, and 6, 8. Let me run one more time. DFWMD. Okay, so now we are getting total 8 records. So initially we have 11 records. So out of 11 records, it will filter out this one. 1, 2, 3. These 3 records it will filter out, and remaining 8 records will get. So next, uh, business logic. Next scenario is business logic. That means we need to add a flag if order is placed in first 10 days of year. First 10 days of year. So here what I'm doing, for my sample data frame, I'm adding one column. So day of name. So my initial data frame is this one. So here I'm adding column day underscore name. Here what I'm adding, so full name of the day I'm adding here by using date underscore format, and based on this column, date column, and I provided triple E. So it will print a relevant day names here. Full day names it will print here. And second column, what I'm adding here is day of year. Why? Because I want to do flag based on day of year. I want to flag based on day of year. So I added one more column, that is day of year. That is this one. My syntax is day of year, and we need to provide the column name here. That is this one, date. So how it will print here is, as previous we explained. So this particular date falls on 92, 92, 92 day, and this particular date falls on 98th day of the year, and so on. This particular day falls on 301, 301 day of the year. So this particular day falls on 302 day of the year. So now based on this date, I printed day of the years here. Now what I want to do is, I want to assign the flags based on if order is placed in first 10 days of the year. First 10 days of the year. So here what I'm doing, here I'm adding one more column, that is early year flag, my column name. And here I'm using when and otherwise condition. It is like equivalent to if else condition in Python or SQL. So in when condition, so my column day of year, day of year. So the full syntax is this one, day of year call date. That means for this, you will get these values. So when, suppose we consider first value is this one, when this value is less than or equal to 110, then I need to print as Y. Otherwise, I need to print as N. So my first value 92 is less than or equal to 110. So it's printing Y. And similar way, 98 is less than or equal to 110, it printing as Y. And 105, 107 also is less than or equal to 110, so it printing as Y. And if you see all these records, all these values is greater than 110. So that means when condition it is not satisfying. So based on otherwise condition, it will print no. Okay, so here I mentioned first 10 days of the year. So this we can consider instead of 10 days, 110 days. So first 110 days of year. So for me, easy to find out how many orders are placed in first 110 days of the year. So these many orders are placed in first 110 days of the year. Okay, so these are the different scenarios we can use for day of the month and day of the year. So that's all about this video. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.